You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
We're
welcome
here.
back. Episode 139.
I'm squirrely now.
Is that correct?
No,
40.
140.
Honestly, Ryan, I think you've said 139 for the past 3 episodes in a row.
Yes.
Yeah, you were one episode too early.
Yeah, it's a complete guess at this point. 36 holes last weekend.
Yep.
First two rounds at my new home course, which
By the lake.
it's interesting when you get a membership to a course, you ultimately feel entitled to bitch about just about anything that's going on. Clubhouse, course, carts.
And then you start referring to the problems as we. We got to get this fixed here.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's a collective unit. You know,
You
the
turn
members
into a
are
local politician.
the
dude.
members are what keeps this course going, right? And I got the membership because it's 50% off as a first-time member. So you got a 50% offer. That guy being me, making all of these complaints about what we could do better on the course. I don't know. It makes complete sense.
No,
right?
I got it.
Hey, buddy. Once you pay full price for membership, then you can start bringing your complaints. So,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna bring them anyway. No, it was a really good weekend.
Can I read something quick from
Yeah.
the DMs we got from Hidden Greens GC? It's a golf course. They
really?
sent us a Google review, and it sounds kind of like Ryan right now. Somebody put this Google review in about their course. Course is mid. I have 7 buddies that fund the course with memberships. And there's a flat-headed, I don't know, it gets cut off, that snoops your cooler and takes your booze. Kid is def a scrub. I would expect a club like this to take better care of their investors, in parentheses, members. Sad to see. Bad name has been created. Word continues to spread around. Be aware of the short brunette kid. Response from the owner. Please share. We do not allow eightsomes on the course. We do not allow minors to drink alcohol, and we do not allow outside alcohol. I would be happy to discuss the issue more if you'd like to call the golf shop. Ask for Andy or email anytime. So Ryan, Ryan's already acting like that.
You didn't let me finish. You just completely cut me off. Didn't let me finish.
I'm just making sure I'm helping you out so you don't sound like that guy.
No, but it is kind of funny like that. I mean, those thoughts literally they run through your head. You're like, well, why is T-box number 10 the way it is? Why can't we start, putting some seed down and getting this baby growing?
You're like, I seen the donor tee box 3 holes back. The grass looked green back there.
Yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, Saturday morning, 6:30 a.m. tee time. Boys, I'll tell you what. Any time like 7 a.m. or before that, 18 holes is potentially one of the best things on planet Earth.
Oh, I believe you.
Playing early morning 18 before, and the high this weekend for each day was like 90 something degrees.
We've talked about this a bunch of times on the podcast, but I cannot reiterate enough. The best time to golf is the early morning.
100%.
Yeah.
It kind of keeps you in check the night before a little bit, knowing like, hey, it takes me 15 minutes to get to the course. I have to pick my buddy up on the way there. That's another 5 minutes. And I have to show up 15 minutes early. So,
well, there's honestly, even if you didn't keep yourself in check the night before, there's no better way to burn off a hangover than the fresh morning air, smacking some balls, maybe having a little bit of hair of the dog or a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get rid of your hangover.
Yeah, I mean, depending on if you're day drinking the day before, then absolutely. But if you're up till 2 a.m., then a 6:30 a.m. tea time is getting canceled immediately.
I know, I'd still show up.
I
way.
probably would.
Yeah.
I probably would.
I would.
Yeah.
But anyway, 6:30 a.m. tea time, and I mean, this is the first round, right? So the juices are flowing. The butterflies they're going rampant in my stomach. I'm like, fuck, this is going to be such a great day. We roll up, obviously, member now. So membership parking, front row. That's also
They do not have membership parking.
That's
Do you have a
probably-
number? Do you have a spot?
no, membership parking because there was literally no one else at the course.
And then you had to make sure you avoided that shithead brunette kid.
Yeah, that fucking brunette buddy. So we get into the clubhouse and all I have to do is go pay for the cart, right? Because I'm a member. And the lady at the till says, okay, your total for your seat in the cart is $24.
Jesus. Wait,
And
just your seat?
And I look at her and I say, $24 just for my seat? And she goes, yep, it'll be $24. And then I look at her again and I go, so you're telling me it's $48 for one cart? If me and my buddy both buy our seat, that's $48? And she goes, yeah, and like if you were just to golf by yourself and had your own cart, we would still only charge you $24 because it goes by seat. Can you guys tell me if I'm overreacting on this?
No.
At $24 for a cart. Now, here's the caveat. The carts are very nice. They have the touch screen up top. They have the Bluetooth speakers. They are nice. Now, if you were to ask me, hey, would you prefer that cart everywhere? I'd say absolutely fucking not. Because if you go 6 inches off of the cart path or the fairway, it's going to shut you off. And it's like, let me tell you this. There's not that many people driving into lakes and running into trees and just completely going off course with these golf carts that you need. Essentially, it's like an underground fence for dogs, right?
Yeah.
These carts can't go 10 feet off of the fairway. So that's my one gripe about these carts. But $24,
dude, honestly,
are you fucking kidding me right now?
I think this trend of them being $20, like I've seen carts that are $20 per seat and all that shit. Even that's fucking ridiculous compared to how it used to be 2-3 years ago.
I didn't know if I was overreacting or not. I didn't know if that's just the price of carts, because usually the price of cart is like factored into my round of golf, so I don't even look at it. But now I'm just paying for the cart.
Well, when we first started, at least around town, if you wanted to pay for a seat of cart, expensive was like $15, so it'd be $30 total for the cart.
Sure.
Yep.
And now we're talking 48.
Yeah, so it sounds like maybe you should try walking more.
I'm not walking 18 holes. I mean, that's why I got the membership too. Yeah. So I just have to pay for the cart.
Yeah.
But now that I know that, I'm like, holy son of a bitch, that's expensive.
Also, for that being that expensive, for these carts, they have when they were inventing these carts, they invested in all the wrong areas possible, because the Bluetooth speakers on those things are dog shit.
They're terrible.
They're not great. They're not great.
Terrible.
I had to disconnect and reconnect probably twice throughout the round.
Even that, the sound quality coming out of those tiny little speakers in just the screen suck.
100%.
Dude, you could go out and buy a Bluetooth speaker for $50 for what you pay for one set of 18 holes and have way better sound
for one cart.
Yeah, for one cart to have way better sound quality.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you.
Dude, you got me riled up this morning. I'm fucking pissed off right now.
Well, and we don't even use the score. Like, you can have the scorecard feature up on the screen. You can do we don't even use that.
Well,
so we don't even use the yardages on the screen. We either have our 18 Birdies app or we have a rangefinder, like the little square one.
I think Jake hit the nail on the head. Like they did things to carts we didn't ask for. We didn't need any of that. We got that covered with our gear. What I think makes a good cart are all the extra things, like a club cleaner, a ball cleaner, the sand on there, the little cooler on the side, like a satchel bag.
Yep.
I don't care how many bells and whistles the GPS screen has.
Agreed.
I've got that figured out.
Yeah.
Well, I also have a GPS screen right in my hand. It's called my cell phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I could do anything that I can do up here on the screen on my phone.
Hey, how about instead of letting me order from the restaurant on the screen, just give me a USB spot so I can charge my phone while we're playing.
It's a great addition. USB is phenomenal, because then you can run your yardage app. You can run your music. You can do whatever you need.
Because that's the only drawback. Like right now, we don't need your GPS. We don't need your speakers. What we do need is some extra juice to charge our phones that's giving us all those things. So like, you're right, where like, when did golf carts, like we're innovating. Where did it like split off to shit we don't actually need or technically want?
I don't know, dude.
I think it's had to have been within the last couple of years, honestly.
And not to mention, dude, nothing enrages me more than when a golf cart shuts down when it's not supposed to.
Dude, and they do not shut down subtly. Like, you could just be driving, you have no idea, like no clue that you're not supposed to drive over in this one spot, and all of a sudden it just cuts the engine and you fly all the way forward. You got whiplash now.
Yeah.
That happened probably 5 or 6 times. Also, I haven't even gotten to day 2 yet. And let me preface all this. We had a phenomenal time. But again, as a member, you recognize these things. And on Sunday, we are
investor.
So hole number 1 on Sunday is a par 5 straight down the middle. We are basically up on the green when the cart starts to putter,
Sure, sputter.
sputter
I
along. This thing's dying.
Oh, like the battery's dead?
Yeah. So I have to call the clubhouse and say, hey, can we get, member here,
Investor here.
Can we get a new cart at the green of number 1? Because I mean, we have 17 holes to go and this thing's not going to make it. So they brought us out a new cart.
They give you a discount on the $48 you spent on it?
No, they didn't. So round 1, also the coffee cups didn't have lids on them. So I was going like this and I fucking had coffee all over myself. And anyway, that was just a little side note. So we get up to, this is my first Saturday match with my buddy. We go $5 a hole every single weekend. And I absolutely demolished him.
I've been creeping your scores on 18 birdies.
I'm getting there.
They were good.
I'm getting there.
They were good.
They were fine.
They were good.
Here's the thing though. This is the buddy who always says, well, I pay for the full course. So he always wants to play tips. I'm like, why don't we just play whites today? Because let's shoot good scores. Let's have a good time with it. And let's battle it out in match play. And he goes, I pay for the whole course. We're playing tips. You can play whites if you want. I'm like, well, if we're playing for money, I'm not going to play whites.
That's
while
so
I play
frustrating.
tips. And which it just enrages me because, and I'll get to why it pisses me off. So first 18, I take 6 holes overall match play. So I went $30 on Saturday. And this is a buddy too. He's got a better handicap than me. He's a better golfer than me. But I started to get into his head because I normally don't like to talk shit because I like to go out and have a good time, but I was not letting him have this. Ever since the whole tips argument, I'm like, fuck you, dude. I'm going to bury you right now. So I took 6 on Saturday. I ended up shooting a 90 from the tips. And this is the type of course where if you do not hit fairways, you are not going to shoot a good score because as soon as you don't hit a fairway or within, 10 yards off the fairway, you're in the trees, you have to punch out and then your par becomes a birdie essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So shooting 90 on Saturday. It was what it was, but obviously one match play, so I was happy. Sunday morning at a 7 a.m.er and it was just us two. Saturday we played with 2 other guys. So we were cruising. I wake up Sunday morning and I'm like, son of a bitch. I left my damn near brand new PXG quarter zip in the basket of the golf cart yesterday.
The one with the bad battery or the new one?
Well, the new cart came on Sunday. I left my quarter zip in the cart on Saturday.
Okay.
So we get to the course in the morning again. Grab my cup of coffee with no lid on it. Actually, they did have lids, but they were for the bigger cups, so it just didn't work. Anyway, it was a member thing. So I asked the pro shop. I said, "Hey, did you find a PXG quarter zip anywhere?" And of course, no, they didn't. I mean, I'm like, I completely understand it because if I was working, I said because if I was working in the back, I wouldn't return that thing either.
Well, there's some shithead like Trevor that was working carts that day. He's rolling around in it right now.
Oh yeah,
fucking sweet.
And it's a size large, so I it would fit a lot of people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I kissed that thing goodbye. But now before this even happened, my buddy ended up picking me up that morning, which is not a good sign because I have my golf shoes in my truck.
Oh no.
And so I forget my golf shoes and I just have to wear my fucking tennis shoes. So I'm down a quarter zip. I am down golf shoes, but I'm up $30 from the day before.
Yep.
Which is phenomenal. So I'm like, all right, if you're going to take me down, today's the day because I'm down bad. No quarter zip, no golf shoes. Let's fucking roll up to number 1 and let's play. First 2 balls off the tee were absolutely dog shit because I was so tight from the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously we had to get the new cart. Now we get to the turn, number 9. And I go into the clubhouse again. I said, hey, any chance that someone brought this quarter zip in? No, I'll look downstairs though later. When I get a chance. So, okay, yeah, no problem. I'm kissing this thing goodbye. It's gone. We get all the way through the round. We get through 18 holes. I fucking demolished him. I took 12. I took 12 of the 18 holes, and I won every carryover hole. And I won $60 on Sunday, so I won 90 over the entire weekend.
You finished that demolition of your buddy, and you should have looked at him like, You might have done better from the whites today, pal.
You would have done way better from the whites, buddy. But now next time I bring it up, I'm going to say, hey, because I fucking demolished you last weekend, we're playing from the whites this weekend because daddy gets to choose. You fucking take it back. You sit in the passenger seat and you just come and play golf with me because dad's here to play.
And then he's like, does dad want his PXG quarters in? And he pulls it out of his bag.
Yeah.
Then we're playing tips.
Yeah. That's okay. I'll just buy a new one with all the money I just won off of you.
You are still down, though. The PXG quarter zips are spendy.
I am
And
down.
your shoes, you got them back. They were in your truck for sure.
Shoes are in my truck for
Good.
sure. Yeah. So at the end of the round, I'm like, I already kissed that quarter zip goodbye, right? But he's like, just go check one more time. So I go into the clubhouse and it's the same lady I have already asked twice. I said, we just finished up. Is there any chance that you found a black and like lime green PXG?
Oh, that's my favorite one, too. That's a good one.
And she said, I didn't get a chance to go look downstairs, but let me go look real quick. So I stand at the top of the stairs and when she comes back, she turns the corner to come back up the stairs, and in her hand is my PXG.
Hell yeah.
That is the first time I have ever forgotten something at a course and had it returned to me. And I had to ask 3 times for it.
It's because she just didn't want to look?
I think she was busy. She was busy doing something else, so she didn't get a chance. But I was going to keep asking until that thing hopefully turned up, and it did. So I've demolished my buddy in my fucking tennis shoes. I got my PXG quarter zip back, and I'm up 90 on the summer already for match play.
Fuck yeah,
It
dude.
could not have been a better weekend. The only thing that would have made it better is if I had a coffee lid on my coffee cup.
And
in
a
the
cart that wasn't $1,000.
Correct. So I shot at 86 on Sunday.
Yes.
So 4 strokes better. Saturday, I had 3 birdies on Saturday, shot a 90. Sunday, I had 0 birdies, shot an 86.
That's how it goes, dude.
It's stupid.
That's how it goes.
So good weekend of golf overall. A lot of things to work on. Also, Tyler, I'll just say it out loud on the podcast. I know this is a forbidden word on here, but
Don't do it. Does it start with
let's
a Y?
see, hole number 3, 195 yard par 3, 2 shanks off the tee back to back.
So you thought
But
you
it's
had the
because
Y word?
No, it's because I slipped out of it. I had no traction in my shoes and they were still dew on the ground. So I shanked 2 in a row. The ball I did play was over in the next fairway, and I had another 110 yards back to the green. And I went up and down for par.
No way. Hell
I
yeah.
completely forgot about, did you hit one off the hosel? We've done
Fuck yeah,
that
be a
before.
goldfish, baby.
And we've done that before, and we can come back and just make a better shot.
Zero
fucking
memory.
54 degree, stuck one, putted in for par, and I said, let's go to the next hole and keep playing.
Dude, that is perfect. Did you watch Ted Lasso this weekend before your rounds?
I didn't know. I've never seen Ted Lasso.
Well, that's what I'm getting. We talked about stamping our wedges. I'm getting a goldfish stamped on my wedges
Really?
because the goldfish is the happiest animal on the planet because they have a 10-second memory.
I like that. I really like that.
So when I bomb a drive and I'm worried about duffing my chip, I'll look down and see that goldfish. Like, I don't remember how good that drive was.
Yeah.
This chip is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might I add, the first hole on Saturday, again, 2 inches off the driver, 305.
That's so much off the drive.
Yeah.
305
Almost too
down the
much.
middle.
Damn. Good for you.
Fucking piped. And I'll
Hell
tell you,
yeah.
that's a round that you set the tone of the round right there on hole number 1.
Mhm.
Out of my buddy though, we did have some club slams. Where like the entire head of the club went down into the ground.
Jesus.
We had no club throws. I ended up winning a par 5 hole with an 8, and because he shot a 9. So I mean, things were looking good for me. We had multiple times where the butt of the club, the very end of it on the grip, I thought it went through the bottom of the golf bag. It was slammed down that hard. So you guys, I'm telling you, these aren't really fun rounds for me. When I want to play a fun round, I would more so want to play with you guys.
All right.
This is for who's gonna be able to talk the most shit between now and the next time we play.
So I've played with him before. I didn't realize he's
That's because him and I were playing together that time.
He's kind of a head case then, huh?
Oh yeah.
So
That's why I really started talking shit and getting to his head.
that's good to know because
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll play with him at least once this summer.
Yep. Yeah. If he does something bad, just fucking point it out.
Like, oof. Tips, really?
Yeah. Fuck. I mean,
Ryan told me what
well,
happened.
might I add, my buddy is an 8 handicap, and he shot a 98 and a 98
Oof.
back to back.
Damn.
So, Adam, if you're listening, I'm gonna fucking demolish you next time. Tyler, that's all I got.
No, those are good stories. One of my new favorite things to do now is I didn't realize this, but you can comment on people's live rounds
Yeah.
on 18 birdies.
Oh, really?
So for the last 2 weeks, me and my league buddies have just been talking shit or like sometimes even supporting each other in the
Really?
middle of our round. So like I'll see Connor's playing Rose Creek. I'm like, all right, big day, buddy. Start off hot with a par.
Yeah.
And then he'll triple, like, oof, big fucking oof, dude. And then, all right, bounce back here with a birdie. And then he doubles it. I'm like, all right, are we playing Reds today or where are we? What's going on?
So, do you get a notification every time someone sends you a message?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
So like it pops up in the corner on your notification deal.
Sure.
And I didn't know this for 3 rounds. And I went back and looked at, they were bombarding me with
really?
comments. So I played 3 full rounds without knowing they were commenting
Interesting.
and went back and looked and they're just ripping me apart.
That's probably a good thing you didn't see it though.
No, I think it would have been funny. It might have loosened the mood.
True.
But
True.
I did that to Miles, who told us that he recently quit golf because 2 weekends ago, now that I stalk people's rounds on 18 birdies,
Yeah.
he played like shit
This weekend?
2 weekends ago.
I was gonna say
That's why he quit. So like the same course we played first round of the year, Lakeview.
Yeah.
Miles shot 98, 97,
Yep.
and it's a par 64.
Yep.
So he quit golf and said he's only playing pickleball from now on. He played good this weekend on there, but I was commenting on his round.
I mean, he texted me. He said, "I'm back."
Yeah.
And I looked at his score, but when I texted him back, I made it sound like I hadn't looked at his score.
Mhm.
And I mean, he was 14 over.
Yeah, he beat me by 1 from my 1 round there.
Is he back or is
Mm.
he?
I don't know. I'm hoping he's back
My
because,
God, you must have had a really good round,
dude, like
Yeah.
he was down so bad from those 2 weekends ago that we're going to Nashville for CMA Fest
Yeah.
/ doing some stuff for Bush. And we have a super open schedule and they have great courses there.
Yeah,
And he was down so bad. He's like, I don't want to bring my clubs. And so if he says he's back, you fucking high five him because I want him to, I want to bring the clubs to Nashville.
Yeah, some people just don't got it though, Tyler. They don't have the mental fortitude of a goldfish.
Yeah, that's all you need, man. I might even get it tattooed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it like on my thumb right here, so when I'm got it in my grip, I can see the goldfish right here.
It's a great idea, actually. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I will tell you too, if you start to play bad, just change your golf glove. Just get a new fucking golf glove, and it really tightens things up with the grip, and it just I don't know, it makes you feel more condensed. I don't know what I did from between Saturday and Sunday. I swapped out a new golf glove, and it felt so much better.
I like that.
So it's
That's-
little shit like that you can maybe add to your game.
Yeah,
A little
dude,
better.
you got to change it up because, like, especially if I'm having a bad hole, sometimes I'm like, I'm not even on the green and I'm already looking at a double or some shit like that.
Oh, it's
like,
the worst.
it's the worst because you just have already given up on the hole. You're like, it doesn't fucking matter what I shoot here. You know, you got to find some way to just like stay focused and mental reset in the middle of a hole.
Yeah.
You know, that's smart. Guys, I told you about this weekend,
Yes.
but I didn't give you guys the full story or anything like that. I witnessed a hole in one this weekend.
What was
No
that
shit.
sound
Yeah.
effect?
That was me air quotes. That was me audio air quotes right there.
Okay.
I didn't actually see the ball go in. But
okay.
So you didn't witness
You
it.
didn't witness a hole in one then.
But
No.
however, I was next to these guys. So here, I'll tell you the story, and then you guys can make your judgment on whether or not I witnessed it
Okay.
or not.
Fair.
So hole 10, Rose Creek in town. Dog leg left, par 4, probably about 340 yards. A little bit
Mhm.
downhill too.
It's gettable.
Yep.
Gettable. Jade, one of our buddies. I was golfing with him.
Yep.
Jade steps up and puts one literally on the fucking green as these dudes are on the green. Like it was unbelievable. It was also the most Jade thing ever.
Yeah,
so
so
it
do
puts
that
one
one
on
out
the
of
green.
100 times.
Yeah, he will. And so it puts one on the green as these dudes are on there, and we fucking hit our shots, whatever. We go up to the green. Jade's apologizing to these dudes as they're getting off of the green of 10 and getting onto the tee box of 11, which is a par 3, probably about 115 yards.
Yep, shorty.
And so me and Jade run up there and he's apologizing. He's like, yo, guys, I'm sorry. Whatever. They're like, no, man, no worries. It was a great drive. Honestly, really impressive. That was fucking sweet, actually. When it landed, we were like,
Did he yell
no
4?
way. No, because we thought it missed the green. We thought he was short of the green by 20 yards, you know, whatever.
Mhm.
So they're like, it's okay, no big deal.
Okay.
Me and Jade turn around, start walking to his ball on the green, and we hear tracking, and then they go fucking nuts. And we turn around because we literally had our backs to the tee box. We turn around, and this dude starts full sprinting down towards,
As anyone who
Yep,
is old.
as you should.
as you should. Me and Jade are up there on the tee box with his buddies, celebrating with the dudes because we were right there. And so we all got our hands up, clubs are being thrown, whatever. It's crazy. And yeah, sure enough, buddy runs down there, picks his ball up out of the thing. We're like, yeah, congrats, dude, whatever. We finish up the hole. And they come back around, 5 minutes later after hitting the tee box, and buddy goes, so do you guys like Fireball or what? He starts talking, he's buying everybody drinks. We never get Fireball.
Wait, so when he asked if you like Fireball, that was just for like the next time the Bev cart came around, or
Yeah,
like when you got to the clubhouse, or
I have
just for
no
like
idea.
future reference?
Yeah, it was
Hey,
just
in case I ever run into you ever again at a bar or wherever,
Well, what it was
you like
is-
Fireball?
He had a bottle of Fireball in his bag, and he's just gonna give you a rip off of
Yeah.
it.
That's the way
That's
to
all
do
I
it,
had.
man. Hey, like you got like a hole-in-one bottle.
Yeah,
In case you hit a hole-in-one, I mean, that's your one way to start serving drinks that you've already bought, essentially.
right. Like you mitigate having to buy everyone an actual shot if you just start passing the bottle. Like you're off my list, you're off my list, you're off my list, and then you
Yep.
only have to buy like 15 people a
Correct.
shot when you get to
Yeah.
the clubhouse.
Or I think the best option to go with at the clubhouse for a hole-in-one is to just buy a keg.
Yeah,
Buy a keg at the
Yep.
clubhouse, because I'm sure they'll give it to you at cost or whatever, maybe a little bit more. But I don't know. What are you in? $250 after the clubhouse makes a little bit of money off it
Mhm.
for everyone getting multiple beers. That's the
especially
way to do
if
it.
it's a weekend
Yeah.
or a Friday
Oh, yeah.
afternoon and
Yep.
it's busy as shit.
Yep.
The keg thing is smart.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a Friday. So it was Friday afternoon. So it was obviously pretty busy or whatever. But by the time that we got done with our round and they got done with their round, we were like, there's maybe 20 people on the course or whatever because it was really late or whatever. But the dude, when we got into the 19th hole, he wasn't even there either.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, he fucking bailed, dude.
Yeah.
He
Well, I mean-
bailed.
To be completely honest, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling the clubhouse. I'm high-fiving with my buddies. If it's like a Tuesday morning, I'll tell the clubhouse.
Yeah.
If it's Saturday, I'm not fucking telling anybody.
Dude, look,
Yeah, honestly, like, unless it's like a scramble tournament, if you hole out in a scramble tournament, I feel like you are going to be obligated to buy drinks at the
Yeah.
clubhouse. If
Dude,
it's just
that's
a
so
normal
tough,
day,
though. If it's a scramble tournament, you know how many dudes are there you got to buy
Again,
drinks
yeah.
for?
again, you buy the keg. You say,
Yeah.
hey, if you don't like beer, that's tough luck, because I bought everyone fucking, how many beers come in a keg? 300 some? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you just buy a couple cases too.
Yeah, you
Be
can
like,
do that.
I bought 3 cases of beer. That's
90
at
beers.
most $90.
Yeah.
And there's going to be like, how many guys are out there? There's not 90 guys.
Yeah, everybody go grab a beer, count it as. See, the thing that I know, I hate to feel entitled because the dude hit a hole in one and all that
That's
stuff.
kind of a rule.
And
though.
it's unwritten rule. However, if he would have just not said anything, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have put it past him. But the
Yeah.
fact that he comes by and he's like, also, he goes, yeah, well, you guys like Fireball, let's fucking go. We're talking to his buddies a couple holes later. That's his second hole in one. That
Oh,
was that
shit.
guy's second hole in one.
God.
Well, maybe if you didn't hit into him, he would have bought you a shot.
Yeah,
No, I didn't hit
Yeah,
into him, though.
seriously.
Yeah.
If you wanted
yeah.
to hit into
It's
him, you would have
fucking-
been like, yeah, let's go.
It's
Yeah.
Jade's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm blaming it on Jade. I mean, look, I can't feel entitled because dude hit a hole in one. It's his money. He can choose how to spend it. Whatever. However,
Don't mention it.
don't mention it though. It's a little bit of
Yeah.
an unwritten rule.
Yeah.
They got you excited.
Yeah.
I'm with
yeah,
you.
they did. Yeah. Just
I would love to, if I ever hit a hole in one, I would love it for it to come on a golf trip or ideally on a golf trip. Because I like, okay, maybe I'll buy the clubhouse an entire round and buy a keg, whatever. But I would love for my buddies, all like, let's say 7 of my buddies to get absolutely shit faced over my hole in one. And I'll pick up the entire tab for that. Versus you buy 50 beers for people you don't even know.
Right.
I'd like to buy 5 to 10 beers each for my buddies who I'm on this trip with.
It's like Miles's brother getting the hole in one.
Yeah, correct.
He didn't even tell the clubhouse.
No, he didn't want.
He's the
anybody
only
to know.
guy in the group that doesn't drink.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's he gonna do? You know.
Yeah.
So
I played once this weekend. Edgewood on Saturday, just 9 holes. Me and the same buddy that sent us all the videos from Guantanamo Bay.
Yep.
First time we've golfed together ever, I think.
Really?
But then we got paired with 2 randos that were great guys.
oh, awesome. Okay,
and
good.
I'm sorry I forgot both your names. They're listening. They said they were going to listen this week. You guys
Really?
were awesome. Couldn't be bigger fans. But the first 2 holes, I was afraid they were going to kill me.
Why?
Not because of anything they did, but because of how fucking bad me and Nate played. The first hole, I legitimately just topped it 80 yards all the way to the green and then putted in for a 7. I got lucky getting away with a 7.
Sorry, Tyler. Can I let me interject real quick because off that point, remember I said hole number 1 on Saturday. I fucking piped one 305. This hole is like 380, and why I said that was because my second shot was duffed 30 yards and my third shot was duffed 20 yards. So I'm hitting 4 into the green.
Yeah, after a 305
yard drive. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I topped it. Maybe 100 yards would might have been my longest shot the entire hole. And then topped it, but it hit the lip on the edge of the green and bounced on.
Nice.
Actually a decent shot. But then tapped in for a 7. Nate did the same thing. We were all over the hole. Second hole, we're left and right and left and right. And these guys are just consistent as can be. Like both of them didn't hit long drives, but they hit straight drives. They were in the middle of the fairway, on and 2, putting for birdie, tap in for par. Just
Really?
methodical the first 2 holes. And we were playing like dumbasses.
Yeah.
And then after the first 2 holes, I kind of turned it on. I had my best 4-hole stretch of the season. I went par, birdie, par, par.
Nice.
So
Nice.
middle, and then I think I bogeyed to finish. But those 2 guys were the perfect randoms you could ever play with. One older guy, one guy that was like maybe 5-ish years older than us. They were patient. They didn't care how bad we were playing the first round or the first 2 holes. Then after that, we started playing better. And they were giving us high fives and shit. They were good dudes. We chatted, like, and it wasn't over. Like, you get a random and you start becoming friends and then they don't shut up. No, they were good all around. So I had a great random experience. Haven't had a bad one yet this year.
Yeah, our percentage of like having solid randos is really good.
Yeah.
We it's I'll be honest, it's been a couple years since I've had a bad one.
Yeah. I think me too. I don't remember if you were with, but it was Prairiewood. We got a rando that was at Prairiewood getting ready for a stroke play tournament the next day. And he was just a douche.
At Prairiewood, getting
Yeah.
ready for stroke.
Yeah.
Probably not.
In
love it to death, but not
Like-
a place you want to.
I'm fine. You can wear whatever you want on the course, but don't come and act all high and mighty getting prepared for your big stroke play tournament in jeans and then expect me to believe that you're saying anything true.
On Prairiewood, which is a tournament level course.
And then,
yeah.
and
It's a
then
30. It's a par 32.
and then he agreed to play Wolf. It's like, you want to play games?
I thought you were
And you're
stroke
gonna be
play tomorrow.
super serious and like stuffy about the rules, but he's like, he wants to play Wolf. What the fuck? That was the last time. So obviously you weren't with if you don't remember that.
Yeah,
but
no, I.
Jeez. I have yet to have a bad random.
You're also you're only
you jinxed
23
it.
though.
Knock
yeah.
on wood.
Yeah, you got yeah.
Well, usually I go out with 4 buddies because
Yeah.
so I don't really go with randoms. We always force them or something.
Yeah, until your buddies start getting married and having kids, or you start getting married and having kids, then things change.
Starting to happen.
You might have to pick up some randos on the way,
No. We'll find some random people that I know.
Well,
No,
they're
no
not-
straight
then
up-
they're
no
not
straight up
random-
randos,
they're
just
not
like-
random people though.
Further friends that are further down the line will be like, hey, you want to come golf?
Now that you said that, though, it's out in the open. They're gonna know that they're the friends down the line.
They're like
They're the C tier
19th and
friends.
C
20th
teams.
19th and 20th rebound.
Yep. I will go for them every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else
that-
got any other highlights to the weekend? I mean, I won 90. Jake saw a hole in one.
Saw a hole in one. I don't know. There was a fawn
Tyler went-
sitting next to me while I was hitting a shot one time. It was
Really?
Yeah, fawn wasn't doing so good. But yeah, it was
Well,
curled
it's
up.
probably thirsty. You
Probably
should've-
got hit by a ball.
Yeah, fawn wasn't doing too good. Mama wasn't around. But yeah, I walked up to my ball and then I kind of noticed this little brown little fluff sitting in the ground next to me and kind of double took at it. Yeah, it was a little fawn sitting next
Should
to
have
me.
adopted it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, should have.
probably bottle fed it.
Yep, put it in the back of the golf cart, brought it home.
Name it Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor kind of looks like a fawn.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
kind of like lanky.
yeah, he's like
appendages.
the fawn in between, like when it's losing its spots,
Yeah.
right before it actually looks like a deer. It's like in the awkward teenage phase.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Trevor.
Still look like a teenager. We're fine.
Yep.
Trevor, anything on the weekend round?
Played Friday night, just 9 holes, and I played Sunday afternoon at 3. Worst fucking time.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was-
What was going through your head when you booked that? It was 100 degrees, full humidity.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it was hotter than shit when
And
I played with those guys
so it-
too.
Rained before we got there, and then it cleared up when we got our tee time. And no carts, so we had to walk, and it's 90 degrees, humid as hell. It was one of the worst rounds ever.
Dude, bugs too.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, like the little fucking
Oh
yellow
my
gnat
God.
looking ass
Yep.
things.
Yep.
Yep.
What the hell are those?
I don't know.
Because they're not
I think
real
they're poisonous
gnats.
though.
dude.
Yeah, they bit the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Every one of
poisonous.
them drew blood.
Yeah.
In every single hole, it was like bug in ear, bug in mouth, like
Yep.
bugs everywhere. But we
So-
played very good, so
I think they're blood sucking gnats.
probably.
Yeah. I don't know what they are, but I got eaten alive by them at Three Bears 2 weekends ago, and then at Edgewood again on Saturday.
Oh my- Edgewood's terrible
right
right,
there.
now for bugs.
That thing.
That thing. What the hell is that?
I don't know. I've always referred to them as no see-ems because you can't see them.
Well, I saw him. I was
It's,
wearing a
dude.
white shirt, dude, and
Mhm.
they would just attach to my shirt. Like I had to have a friend Nate had to wipe my back off of those bugs.
Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah, I golfed Edgewood, which is right by the river, and it had
Mhm.
rained
Fucking-
2 inches
Yeah,
before.
you guys golfed literally
Bloodsuckers.
2 hours after we got off because Alan had texted me
Yeah.
to come on to that round, and I was like, I can't. I'm already there.
Oh, yeah.
Any ticks? Anyone get any ticks yet this
no,
year?
no
No.
ticks.
That's the downfall of like really getting off course. I mean, if you're at my club though, and in those carts, you can't get
Jesus.
5 feet off the fairway. So if you're in the shit looking for balls, though, them ticks are out in full force. Careful, you might get if you get bit by a tick, Lyme's disease, your face may go numb.
Mhm.
Um,
I just take my dog's front line, so
yeah,
good.
you'll be all right.
I just put it on the back of my neck, right on my hairline,
Mhm.
like you would a dog.
Well, actually, with the amount of mosquitoes and shit this weekend, we all probably got West Nile or something like that. Anyways, so
That's not a thing.
what's another Lyme
Probably got
disease?
swine
not
flu.
here,
Yeah.
but it is a thing still.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably a thing west of the Nile somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back probably with the GA.
Sure.
Golfers Anonymous. I'm sure we got another good one. Fact or fiction. We'll leave that one to you, but Golfers Anonymous coming up here in a second. All right, guys. Before we get into the next segment, of course, we got to talk to you about Union Green
Mm-hmm.
and the deals they got on going over at uniongreen.com.
My favorite thing about Union Green now, after playing with those two random guys, it's got such a unique logo. There is zero confusion on whose ball is whose.
100%. Because I'm with you. I thought the same thing because when you see like the squarish logo,
Yep.
the Union Green logo,
Yep.
and then you see the orange writing.
Yep.
For me, it was the T-Birds.
Yep.
The pin drops are like a darker green.
Yep.
You could see that from 15 yards away.
Yeah,
You're
and
like,
then
hey, that's mine.
there's no questioning. Like, oh yeah, that's me. And
Yep.
like, there was a guy 2 weeks ago when I was playing with Becca that thought my ball was his, but mine was on the fairway at Prairie Wood, hole 8. So he thought he hit over to it.
Sure.
And he's like, I think that's my ball. I'm like, it's not. I can see it from here.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, what are you hitting? I'm like, it's a Union Green. He's
Yep.
like, what? I was like, look at the ball. It's not yours. Leave my fucking ball alone.
Really? So that was you got heated with
Well,
the-
I didn't say leave my fucking ball. I'm like, no, it's mine. I can see it from here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know where you went. I'm sorry, but that's my ball.
Get the frick out of here.
Pretty much. And then he was all grumpy about it. He's like, "I like my ball." I was like, well, fucking look.
Well, here's the thing, buddy. If you're listening to this, you can go to uniongreen.com. You can pick yourself up a Play Local lightweight hoodie. You can pick yourself up a khaki pin drop dad hat.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, let me tell you this real quick. You can get a free box of Union Green golf balls.
Yeah, and then next time you can have some merit when you try to steal mine from me.
Correct. And in order to do that, guys, you go to checkout. You apply free breakfast balls, all one word,
Mm-hmm.
in the discount code box. You get that free box of balls, and you're on your way to having one of the best rounds of your life.
Damn right.
Especially because then you can pick up all of Tyler's balls off of other fairways.
That's
That's
right.
correct.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
no, this
So
is
when
my
I hit
ball
my
now.
best drive of the day, you can just take it.
yeah.
This is my ball now. Sorry, I'm hitting Union Greens too. So,
No.
guys, uniongreen.com. Go check out the deal. The promo code free breakfast balls, lightweight hoodie, dad hat, free box of balls. Go check it out. Uniongreen.com.
Yep.
I'll tell you one combo that is hard to beat right now, especially for me. It's the Gen 6 driver from PXG, and it's the pin drop from Union Green. That's been like my 1-2 punch this entire year, and it's going to be hard to stray away from that here coming up.
All reliable.
All reliable. 2 inches shorter. 2 inches is a lot when it comes to a driver. It's a lot when it comes to
just
anything.
in general.
I'm telling you that now.
It's
It's a
enough.
ton.
It's enough.
Because
That's
I've been
plenty.
It's plenty.
striping
It might be
fairways.
too much in some cases.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Let me tell you one thing I did on Sunday, though. I said, hey, if I can't hit fairways, I'm not going to shoot a good round. I didn't hit the first 2 fairways with the driver. It was close, but didn't hit them. So I went to the driving iron, my X iron, which is a 19 degree.
Mm-hmm.
And I used that thing the entire rest of the round. And I probably hit 50% more fairways than I would have that day with my driver because I was so tight.
Dude, that was the same switch I made, except I don't have a driving iron. From my 2 blow-up holes to start the round, I started teeing off with my 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then you might have to start calling me Kevin Costner because my 7 iron never fucking misses.
Really?
That's my I'm like Tin Cup.
TC.
I will purposely just hit my 7 iron in situations where I know I shouldn't be because I don't know if it's the perfect length. Like if I should get all my clubs cut to the 7 iron length, but that's the one club that I never duff. So I was hitting it in a lot of situations where it's like, no, this is clearly a 9. I'm like, soft 7.
It's a half swing 7.
Yep. You should take your 5 iron or your hybrid even right now. No, I'm going to swing my 7 as hard as I can. If I ever play in a like limited club deal or whatever, like we do a challenge or something,
Yeah.
I just need the 7. I will go 7 wedge putter.
Yeah, I mean, you can hit that thing from 200 yards. You can hit that thing from 60 yards. You can hit that thing from 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. You found the club that you love.
Yes, and it is the 7. And one day when I inevitably hit a hole in one with it, I will not retire that club.
Really?
Mhm.
You got to have it in the bag.
Mhm.
When I was dominating my buddy, I looked over at him in the cart and I said, you might have to get yourself a set of PXs next time. He said, the only cure to playing bad is to get new irons. And I said, okay, well, I got some new irons that I think you will really like. And maybe I won't beat you by 12 holes today.
Mhm.
So, guys, PXG, you got to go check out the Gen 6s. If not, Gen 5s, great deals going on with those right now for active military, first responders, you name it. Phenomenal deals on the Gen 5s. Gen 6s are fire as well. PXG.com. Also, Travis, our regional sales rep, our
Mhm.
fitter.
Mhm.
Get him over at Sweet Shots.
Oh, yeah.
Fitting setup. It's an experience. I'll tell you that.
It is. Stretch first.
Yeah, you're gonna hit a lot of balls.
They leave no stone unturned.
That's
You will
correct.
swing a lot of clubs.
You will leave there with the clubs that you need.
Yes.
PXG.com. Go check them out.
All right. GAs this week were not really GAs. I put up a different question, might have confused some people. Just know that you can always submit a GA on Spotify, no matter what question I put in the box. But this week's Golfers Anonymous is a direct response from the source of last week's. So last week, quick recap for you. Our Golfers Anonymous was a guy who was golfing with his buddies, and they were trying to run him over with the cart. So he ran onto the green to be safe. and they drove the cart onto the green anyway and ran over the flagstick and broke the flagstick. And we did not let this person off the hook.
No, not
at all.
Nope.
We told them what was wrong with that, and we told them that the only way you're forgiven is if you're an employee of the course, because it was an employee tournament. Can confirm now they were not employees of the course.
Okay. Was he trying to throw hands or?
No, his buddies were. No, he understood. Here's
I'd
his
hope
excuse. So, it's from Anonymous, obviously. Explaining myself. I later worked grounds crew at TPC, and I've paid my dues. So he understands that it was wrong because he worked on a grounds crew later on in his life. It was their very first time playing golf that they did this.
No shit.
So another one where it's like,
Yeah.
maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know that that's a big no-no. Like, they might have not known that you shouldn't drive on the green, but that you still knew not to run over the pin.
That's a situation where these higher technology carts do come into play.
Mhm.
Hey, if you're a first time golfer, we're gonna set you up with this nice cart that isn't gonna allow you to go places you shouldn't.
Yep.
And the next part of, they can blame it away, they were hammered. Absolutely hammered, which you didn't need to tell me that. I knew.
Yeah.
You drove onto the green and busted the
Yeah.
pin.
If
We
you're doing
know
that
you were
sober, then
hammered.
yeah, your name's probably Dylan, and yeah,
And then they said they accepted all responsibility for all that, and they know that what they did was wrong. So, shouts on you for being accountable.
yeah, yep.
You know not to do it. You worked on a grounds crew, so you know how shitty that is for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, you didn't have to tell us you were hammered. We figured.
Mhm.
I would say maybe if you're a first time golfer, I completely understand. No one expects you to know all the rules. You got to be golfing for a decent amount of time to understand the ins and outs of etiquette.
Mhm.
Yeah, should we give the first time golfers just like a quick? These are the absolute do nots. Number one, don't drive your cart on the green or the tee boxes. Don't do that.
So what I was gonna say was almost treat it like cart path only with the carts if you're going out for the first time.
Mhm.
Start to observe groups in front of you, groups behind you, where those guys are driving, and then kind of start to teeter away from cart path only, air quotes, it being your first time.
Mhm.
What I did when I first started, and like obviously I had grandpa with me and whatnot. But if I was in my own cart, if there were other cart tracks, then I knew I could drive there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If it looked like no one had ever driven right here, then I didn't drive there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then you got really confused when you drove off where the sidewalk ends and you see a spray pattern of all the wheels.
No, then I just know that I can go anywhere I want
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another easy tip to follow is that when everyone gets somewhat on the green or somewhat around the green, just take the cart and pull it up as close to the next hole as possible.
Mhm.
Grab a wedge and a putter, or grab a putter or whatever. Go walk to your ball, hit your shots, and then once you come back to the cart, you're going to be right at the next hole.
Yeah.
So you're kind of thinking ahead a little bit. Hey, let's park it over here,
Mhm.
instead of right in front of the green or right next to a sand trap or whatever.
Yep.
Mhm.
Another rule: don't hit it at people.
Yep.
If they're right in front of you,
Yeah,
don't
it's kind
hit.
of like
Just wait.
going out hunting for the first time. It's like, don't shoot anybody.
Yep.
You probably know that, but sometimes it's good to just reiterate that.
Mhm.
Also, another place not to drive the cart in the sand. That's bad. Don't do that.
Water.
Yep,
Actually-
don't drive it in the water.
Yep, correct.
A lot of people, I feel like I've seen it a lot this year. I feel like a lot of people just aren't raking up their sand spots. I've seen it a lot this
You know,
year.
you know what I've noticed a lot this year? Not a lot of places have a rake out.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah,
What's
really.
that all about?
Like,
I don't
Like
know.
there's just no rake to be found. So I gotta like do the half-ass kick the sand over with my foot.
yeah. Well, being a former baseball player, I have full experience in
Raking sand.
with my foot.
Mhm.
Leveling out the batter's box,
Okay.
leveling out the pitching mound. So I'm a big proponent of like, hey, if you're just kind of wearing nubs as
Mhm.
golf shoes, I mean, I can manicure that baby really nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have an issue with it. I just thought it was weird.
Yeah, that is odd.
Yeah. I think I've maybe golfed like 3 or 4 rounds this year where I've gone into the sand and actually found the rake.
Interesting.
Are people stealing rakes now?
Maybe.
Are people getting into like take manicure in their yards, taking care of yards.
They've got like
People getting into
a Zen
gardening?
garden.
I fucking, this is a nice rake for the garden. I'm going to bring this baby home.
Yeah, no more retaining rocks. Everyone's just doing sand around their
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're just
Apparently.
making their landscaping a beach.
Yeah.
My last tip for first time golfers, pay attention to where somebody's putting line is and take about 5 feet outside of that and just don't walk in front of that. Typically if someone walks in my line, they're like, oh shit, sorry, dude. It's like, I really don't give a shit. It's more so of just the principle of,
Yeah, like I don't give a fuck if you walk.
I don't
in
either.
my line, to be honest.
I'm probably not going to make the putt anyway. So
Mhm.
you stepping in my line actually might
Help it.
give me the ability to make that
Right.
putt. Yeah.
Like, if you walk in my line, then I can blame it on you if I miss. So
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
sick to have that excuse built in.
There are times when I can't read a putt. So I'll just go straight at the hole and
Yep.
I'll say, Jesus, take the wheel.
Mhm.
Let's just see how close we can get this thing. My line is straight at the hole. I hope it's a double breaker. I know it breaks one way. It may break the other way. I'm just going straight
Dude,
at it.
I think there's got to be something instinctual because I didn't line up a single putt at Edgewood. I didn't look at anything. I would look at the hole. I'd look at my ball. I'd go to it and I'd hit it. And I putted really good again. My one birdie, I putted in from the rough. Like not even the fringe. From the rough, I putted in and I didn't look at it at all. I was like, all right, stand at my ball, hit it. And so I think there's got to be like something internal that you can kind of read the line just with, I don't know.
I need to
but
start doing that. I need to quit taking as much time to line a putt up as I do. It's a mental game.
Do you line up with the line for your putts?
Yep. Every time.
I never do.
Yeah, I don't even touch my ball anymore.
Yeah. I'm like, all
Like-
right, quick look.
I'm only marking it if someone asks me to. Otherwise, the
Mhm.
thing's staying there. When it's my turn to putt, I look at the hole, I look at my ball, I walk to it and I hit it.
There.
I mean, you have no time to think about if I do this, I could potentially miss. If I
Mhm.
do this, I could potentially make.
Right. And like sometimes my line's off, but for the most part, the entire season, my touch has been really good.
Here's what happens to me. I will line a putt up. I will set up to the ball. I will second guess my line based off of how my feet are standing or whatever. I'm like, fuck, this is breaking way more left than I have set up for. So I'll readjust my putter off of the line that I made on my ball.
Mm-hmm.
And typically what happens is had I just stuck with the original line, probably would have made the putt.
Mm-hmm.
It's when I
Yep.
start second guessing myself, that's when shit starts to go down the drain.
Yeah, I think mentally, like Tyler, when you're doing what you're doing, mentally in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna get it close,
Mhm.
right? But if I like start to line it up and like really figure out, okay, well maybe I'm gonna drop it in there a little bit or whatever, I start thinking about making it and get more aggressive and miss farther.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. That kind of leads into another submission, not technically GA again, but just a PSA for you listeners. This is from Anonymous. 3-putt poker saved my game. All my life, I've shot around 100 at par 72 courses. Today, I shot a 91 by focusing on winning poker and improving my short game. My partner did the same and shot an 82.
Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah,
Wow.
man. So 3-putt poker, for those that have not seen the video or heard us talk about it, is a golf game where you play with your buddies and your strokes don't matter until you get to the hole. You just count putts. Essentially, your putting is the only thing that matters, right? And so this guy's playing this, and all of a sudden his scores got better, which is the whole putt for dough situation,
Yeah.
literally in a nutshell. So play 3-putt poker, and you'll instantly become a better golfer.
Yeah. I'll be honest. So my buddy I played with this last weekend, he's never played 3-putt poker before. I don't even know if he knows what it is, but instinctually, if he would like put a chip like right off the fringe, still on the green, he's got like a 40-footer, the ball's sitting on the green, I would just walk by and be like, not great for 3-putt poker, and just keep walking. He had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal game. You can get 36 handicaps. You can get 5 handicaps. The playing field is still level because the only thing that matters is how many strokes you're taking on the green. So if you guys, I mean, if you're looking to improve the short game, that's probably what I got to do.
Mhm.
Start playing 3-putt poker. We have a video on our YouTube of it, how
Yep.
to play 3-putt poker. You have to go check it out.
Yep. That's all I got for you guys.
That's all I got. Tyler's going to Nashville. I am not. We'll fuck around this week and
Yep.
Mhm.
Maybe
We'll,
find out.
yeah, we'll maybe find something out. I don't know what. Yeah, Victor Hovland, he won the Memorial.
Big dub. Watched it.
3.2.
Watched the last 6 holes.
How baked do you think he was?
He looks so stoned all the time.
I mean, think of the size of bag he can buy with the bag he just got. What I thought was cool too was I watched. I shit you not.
Jesus, that's so bad.
I watched probably a total of 8 shots this entire tournament, and 2 of the shots were from Victor Hovland, right off of the green in the thick ass rough. His first chip shot,
Little
went,
duffer.
It went 6 inches.
Yep.
Back into the rough.
Yep.
And the guy ends up winning. So, cool story. He was out caddying for his buddy the very next day too in the U.S. Open
Sweet.
qualifying round.
Yep.
So that was cool. Hey, shout out Victor.
Yep. Hey, dude. All right, let's
All right, guys,
wrap
yeah.
it up. Sorry for the
Wrap it.
short episode. Got to run. Lots of stuff to do in Nashville this week. Hopefully, I can convince Miles to bring the sticks, and we'll have some great stories for you. Maybe play that goat course.
Please will you just beat him?
Yeah, but if I beat him, it's going to ruin the vibe of the whole week. So
That
I'll
is
probably
true.
just
Yeah.
lose on purpose to keep my job.
Whole
we're
18
at
is
right
just
now.
like putting all the time.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, is we have to purposely lose.
Doing really good. Somehow max on the last 2 holes of the round
Yeah.
for Miles. Just
Ugh, shucks, I'm down by 15 with 2 to go.
All right, guys. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.